We're having a little music. Yeah. There you go. Okay? Just hold that. That's nice. All right. Okay. Everyone ready? Yeah. I'm saying my little few words begin.
Talk loud, please.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and thank you, everybody, for coming. Everybody from Montreal and everywhere else in the city, we really appreciate you coming to spend this day with my father. It's a truly special day for all of us. For the first time in my life, I'm attending a party for my father. My dad has never allowed us to have a party in the past, so this time he said, okay, but this is not for just any party. It's a milestone, as we're all
Louder.
so happy. Can you hear me? Sorry. We all know it's his 90th birthday. This is a very once in a lifetime thing for us today, so we're all very, very blessed to have him here today, and we're so happy you're all here. But before we start, I start my short speech, Dad. I just wanted to say a few words about you. We know that my dad is Chuck, right? Everybody knows Dad is Chuck, but that's not his real name, Auntie Frida. We also know him as Israel. That's his birth name, Israel, and Solly, and Saul, and Chuck, and Charles, and Chaz, and we all know him in different facets of our life, so I just, that may be something you didn't know about my dad. And I can't sum up his life in 90 years, for sure not. So I'm just gonna go through a few highlights of your life, Dad. So number one, my dad is a man of numerous talents and passions and skills. We all know Chuck was successful as a stockbroker who only retired at 80. He succeeded in business by building strong relationships with his clients over the years and decades. He became close to all his customers and he cherished all those clients. That is what drove him. He loved the social aspect of his career. Okay, so I think you all know that much about him probably already. But number one, my father was a man before his time. He spoiled the three ladies in his life. Every morning to this day, he brings my mom coffee in bed. He also did this for Sherry and I while we were growing up, and he still does this when we are visiting with them at home or in Florida or wherever. From a young boy, my dad, Chuck, was raised to be independent. My bubby was blind, so she taught him to be self-sufficient and look after his own needs. As such, he did many chores around the household throughout our lives.
Donna.
Okay. If we needed, for example, if we needed a stain out, he would take it and Shazam, it was removed. Washed, pressed to perfection. I'm still handing him impossible stains to get out. My dad, Chuck, is still a great chef, cook, due to his years as a short order cook at the Party Palace. My father is known for his more than famous pickles, which I hope we'll be receiving soon. He likes to make coleslaw and tuna and egg sandwiches. And our car trips, our whole life, were always filled with the best yummy sandwiches. And of course, his French toast, which I'm sure, of course, we don't have the Rideau Bakery anymore, but we hope to have it back soon, and he will continue to make that beautiful French toast. For Mira, probably, she had some this weekend. And when we were kids, Sherry and I would come home after skiing, and I remember my father making us this gourmet bowl of French onion soup as we walked in frozen from our day on the ski hills. Anyway, enough about my dad, but he still kicks me out of the kitchen when I'm trying to help him with the dishes. And enough about the household, the housework. And my dad still has many passions, and which he's brought upon to us. Baseball is his latest. He loves the Blue Jays. And he's a super fan, and he doesn't miss a game, and every time I come to visit, we're watching the Blue Jays game together. The main thing, the huge thing that my father brought to our lives was music. He also performed in Orpheus, some of you may know. He loved musicals, and he even performed, I think, with Peter Jennings, is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Did you hear that?
Anyway, musicals are something that Sherry and I were given that gift of music, and we went to New York when we were quite teenagers, I think we were, and my father scored the last 4 tickets of Cats, and he brings that up to this day about how we got tickets to the Hot Show when no one else could get tickets. And of course, his very favorite, I think, maybe I'm wrong, is Rodgers and Hammerstein. Anything Rodgers and Hammerstein. And Carousel was his all-time favorite, so we were playing some of his music there today. So as I said, he brought all things musical to Sherry and I. He took us to New York, and he was truly, my father was the soundtrack of our lives. That is his passion that he shared with us. Chuck is truly an inspiration to us. He's generous, kind, and compassionate. Chuck has always quietly helped others and volunteered his times over the years. He once even dressed up as Santa on Christmas and spent the day visiting children at the children's hospital. Chuck, sorry. I gotta mix up my uncle and my dad. Chuck also did overnights at the distress center, helping people in crisis. It is no coincidence that Sherry is a social worker and a homeopath, and I work in a hospital helping other people. Before I end this short speech, I want to thank my mom for all she does. She has been my father's rock over 58 years and has always been the glue to keeping our family together. And I can't wait to celebrate 60 years very soon. Family is truly the most important thing to both my parents. We cherish our times together and love you both very much. So, we would like to end things off with a little jingle, Sound of Music style. And this one is for you. And
Okay, wait a minute.
we are going to do this.
I'm gonna move over here. I think I'm gonna be better here.
Set up
Okay.
the stage.
Yes.
Okay? Thank you.
Oh,
And we've rehearsed this, but we can't expect perfection.
I promise you practice.
we did practice.
You wanna know the song?
88,400 hours, 788,000 moments so dear. 788,400 hours. How do you measure 90 years? In kindness, in honesty, and giving us a loving heart. In road trips, in miles of singing the whole way. In 788,400 hours. How do you measure
alcohol for the pulse now. Who wrote it? Yeah, so we're people have.
Well, music by Rent.
Who wrote that?
So, should we do that now?
Yeah.